Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This time we celebrated Bhagwan's Advent Day in a different way, not just doing satsang in Melbourne, but we all went to India and we tried to enact the way Bhagwan did on his Advent Day. So our journey started on 27th of August when we all gathered in Madurai. And on 28th morning, we left for Tiruchuli, Bhagwan's birthplace. We spent time in Sundara Mandiram, Bhagwan's birthplace, visited Bhuminath temple, and visited other places where Bhagwan used to visit and play. We also had lunch there and then evening tea. Next day, on 29th, we went to Meenakshi temple in Madurai and spent time at Ramana Mandiram, house where Bhagwan had his self realization. So we used to have our morning prayers and meditation and evening prayers and meditation again at Ramana Mandiram. We left on 30th from Madurai to Tirunamalai, following path as Bhagwan took, and we went to temples and different railway stations and also to the house where Bhagwan stayed for a night. And finally, on 30th night, we reached Tirunamalai. That day was a full moon day, Purnima day. This was also a very auspicious day and was celebrated as Raksha Bandhan, which is a festival between brother and sister. And by the time we reached Tirunamalai, it was 12:30 a.m. And we couldn't reach Ramana Ashram because it was a huge crowd and all the roads were blocked. So we decided to start our Girivalam at night. We started around 2:30 a.m. and finished at 7:30 a.m. next day in the morning on 31st. So it was such a beautiful and divine journey through all this process. And then we stayed in Ramana Ashram for next 3 days. On 1st of September, we celebrated Bhagwan's Advent Day at Ramana Ashram. And Dr. Anand gave a very inspiring speech to all the devotees. We had our continuous satsangs and bhajans during this whole 7-day trip, and everyone was filled with bliss. So we would like to share these experiences of devotees on this trip, and we would also like to share our video clips during this trip. I need to tell you the way these things unfolded is in itself is Bhagwan's grace. Last year in November, I went to Sarnath, which is close to Varanasi, and it is one of the pilgrimages for Buddha devotees. And the guide there explained me that Buddha devotees, they go to 4 places. They start their pilgrimage from Lumbini in Nepal, where Buddha was born. Then they all travel to Bodh Gaya, where Buddha got enlightenment. Then they come to Sarnath, where Buddha gave his first sermons. And they end their journey by going to Kushinagar, where he left his body. So immediately I thought about Bhagwan that we can do a similar thing. So we can start with Bhagwan's birthplace, then where he got self-realization. And of course, his all teachings and leaving the body was in Arunachala. And in this, I had some help from Mohanji from Arunachala Ashram, New York, who guided me. And he told me that similar thing was done by Dennis Hartel in 1996. So we thought of doing the same this year, and people at different places helped us. Som Sundaramji in Madurai helped us a lot. He was our local guide, and he went with us to Trichuli and helped us at Ramana Mandiram and also having darshan at Meenakshi temple. Then there were Vijayji who continued on our journey from Madurai to Tirunamalai and guided us in between, seeing all the places associated with Bhagwan. And I would like to thank you to Dr. Anand and all the staff at Ramana Ashram, including Dr. Murthy, who helped with the accommodation and other necessary arrangements were done for us. So I would like to share these video clips and people's experiences, devotees' experiences with all of you. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya Om.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva.
You think I am Bhagavan? I am everywhere. Accept or not? In 1896 got enlightened. That moment his body is gone. For that I only is having. In his person he never got. So you can see how it is possible without body you can see a man living. Possible, he lived 74 years. So when the body is there, time and place is there. When no body, I am think I am Bhagavan, I am everywhere. I am entire galaxy, I am only exist. That is his principle. He lived like that. His principle is everybody knows. All are telling the principles. But Bhagavan lived. Every second he lived. That is greatness of Bhagavan with all other gurus.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
We are on this path, we are naive, we don't know anything. You do it for us. We also don't know how to surrender, what to surrender. You do it all for us. We surrender, though we don't know the meaning of surrender. So you do it all for us. You finish our earthly journey forever. We all pray to you with folded hands. Please do it for everyone.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo
Bhagavate Shri Ramana.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo
Bhagavate Shri Ramana.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo
Bhagavate Shri Ramana.
Most of these peak experiences leave indelible imprints on the person who experienced them. They come in a flash, but go also the way they came. Such gifted persons leave accounts of their experiences in words for the benefit of posterity. These journeys of the becoming into the being make up mystical literature. Many saints and fakirs are thus remembered today because of this grateful veneration. Running parallel to this, but proceeding in the opposite direction, is the final experience of Sri Ramana Maharishi. A schoolboy of 16 instantaneously stood transformed into a sage of steadfast wisdom. This was not a case of becoming merging into being, but of being consuming the becoming. So the being consuming the ego forever. The death experience of Sri Ramana is the single final act of being swallowing up the becoming, which actually happened in this place.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva.
From the age of innocence, it had shone within my mind that Arunachala was something of surpassing grandeur. But even when I came to know through another that it was the same as Tiruvannamalai, I did not realize its meaning. When it drew me up to it, stilling my mind, I came close. I saw it stand unmoving.
Hara Om Namah Shivaya. Hara Om Namah Shivaya. Hara Om Namah Shivaya. Hara Om Rudranatha Shiva Om Kashinatha Shiva Om Rudranatha Shiva Om Kashinatha Shiva Om Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shiva Shambho.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, 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 Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva.
All glory of Arunachala is your own glory. All bhajans, all prayers, all japa, all temples, all worship is your worship. Enjoy your worship. You also worship yourself. There is no other. Worship from your heart, your own heart. Self-worship is the best worship.
ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय ॐ नमो
भगवते श्रीरमणाय
ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय ॐ नमो
भगवते श्रीरमणाय
ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय
A group of devotees came all the way from Australia to reenact Bhagavan's journey from 1896 from Madurai to Tiruvannamalai. They are headed by Sri Dr. Sanjay Raghav, a neurologist who spends hours and hours in propagating Bhagavan's teachings. And Sanjay is also written a book, Journey to the Heart of Devotion. He has also brought out the Bhaje Ramana Namam songs as a small booklet to be chanted. And there's also an index card created by them to constantly remember Bhagavan's teachings. So today I like to recognize Sanjay by re-gifting him some of his books back to him. Sanjay.
Bhagavan's presence is always there in spite of all our, all hubbubs, this, that and all. If we pay little bit attention, Bhagavan will say, hey, I'm here, take care.
If we come to Arunachala truly, and I say come to Arunachala using Bhagavan's language to mean to come to know ourselves fully. That means self-realization. All those polarities, all those contrarieties within us are resolved.
Unam vyakhya prakatita parabrahma tattvam yuvanam varshishthante vasadrishi ganaihi avratam brahmanishthaihi acharyendram karakalita chinmudramanandamurtim swatma ramam muditavadanam dakshinamurtimide vatavitapi samipe bhumi bhage nishannam sakalamunijananam jnanadattaramārat tribhuvana gurumīsham dakshinamurtidevam janana marana dukkhacceda daksham namami.
So I came across an article in Tamil about Bhagavan, and soon I was attracted to that, and mainly because basically I am a Shiva devotee, and the Arunachala, that was a revelation for me. Arunachala Shiva was a revelation for me, and with Shiva as a background and Bhagavan as a guru, so that made a beautiful combination for me, and my search ended here, I should say. You are the truth, only you have to do that, and you have to know that you are the truth. So that has been so explicitly, without any conditions, without any reservations, the only guru who imparted as far as I know, is only Sadguru Ramana. So people having known Bhagavan don't leave him. If you start working, just if you keep one step, he will lead you for another 10 steps. That is my experience, and that should be your way of practice. Then finally you can see, yes, whatever we wanted to know has been made known here. That is the experience.
Bhagavan says, be nishprapancha. And when Dalai Lama went to America, he said, oh my God, you are perfect at samsara. We want to be nishprapancha. You understand? Bhagavan says there is no word. There is only the self. But we have become more prapanchi here.
Bhagavan is like the most scientific discoverer, and he left behind the findings for everyone to experience.
For the truth, you have to bow down your head. Your ugly ego has to finish. If you keep an ego and keep moving, you can move in samsara for millions of years, nothing will happen. But the moment you give away your ego, where will you give away your ego? To whom? Who wants your ego? Tell me, who wants your ego? Anyone you in this world, if you say, I want to sell my ego, will you find one person? And you know what we are doing? We are such a bad businessman. We are boosting our egos. We are getting bigger egos. And how much is your ego? 1 cent? Who will buy? And our whole life we are investing to get our ego bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. One thing is, it has zero value in the market. No one will. If you are egoistic, no one wants to talk to you. They will talk to you if you are a powerful person, because they need something from you. But the moment your power is gone, nobody even looks towards you. So that ego is useless. Otherwise, it's only in the Maya it is important. That is why all these big leaders you call, who have power, and businessmen or politicians or bureaucrats, people, they have followers and people are running, because the people who are running for Maya, worldly things, will always run behind them. What do you want to do with your ego? Tell me. It's useless. And the most important thing is, it is taking you away from Shiva. Bigger ego, more distance. Lesser ego, less distance. No ego, you are Shiva. Now, this is your choice. I don't know. It is your choice. So the only thing you have to sort out is your ego. And the easiest method to sort out ego is putting your head on the feet of Shiva. Otherwise, you will always be boasting about your practices to the whole world and to yourself. I used to do one hour, now I'm doing 2 hours, and I've been to this guru, I've been to that guru. Nothing works except one thing: devotion. Bhakti is the mother of jnana. If you have no bhakti, no jnana. I'll tell you, a lot of people watch channels and YouTube and popular things and talking about awareness and stick, but knowing awareness is one thing and established in awareness is another thing. They are two very different things. It is like you go and you watch a movie trailer, but it's not the whole movie. It's not even a trailer. It's just a small glimpse, which people call a satori or spiritual experiences. These spasmodic events have come to you. To stabilize, you need a big, powerful thing to keep it there. And that powerful thing is Arunachala.
That is the beauty of Bhagavan's path. There is no rejection of karma, but you don't go looking for karma, but whatever is in your destiny will happen, and in fact it will happen beautifully. You'll be more alive to your karma, because the background clutter of your mind won't be there. So you will just concentrate on the job that is to be done, and you'll do it perfectly and just walk away, not waiting for the results of the action. And you won't be, what we call nishkamya karma in Sanskrit. So you won't be attached to the results of it, but you will still get results. You won't, as they say, when you, my mother, when they were growing up, used to say, if you sing Aksharamana Mala, you'll never go one day hungry, and there will only be feast. I've seen that wherever, Bhagavan makes sure, because he starved so that we all are fed all our lives, and the right amount of nice spiritual food, and we'll never go hungry, we'll never go unclothed, we'll never go, will be the right amount of material wants will be fulfilled, but so that they won't be a distraction to our spiritual path. And that's all I want to encourage you today, that you're all on the right path, but the persistence is most important. Bhagavan Ramana was asked, what is the quality that a spiritual seeker should have? And he said it was Dhiran. Dhiran in Sanskrit means the brave one. So should be willing to go alone and be brave, trust in the system. Because after all, when the moment of thing, you're going to be all alone. So, but even though we are all one and we all have friends, but you have to be the most brave person to embrace this leap of faith, this ultimate, whatever you say, this act of nobility and brave, strength that we all are doing. And that will itself will ensure that you'll all be on the other end of you'll cross the shore.
Like, it was such a profound experience, and it brought all the stories to life. I feel like my practice kind of shifted, like I brought it back with me, and everything just kind of, yeah, thank you.
I came here to lose myself, and of course, when the moment you touch Tiruvannamalai, that's it. Everything just goes, disappears. You are just in that nothingness where you feel so beautiful, so nice. There's no words to describe, So, yeah, the experience is beautiful. You can feel like something is happening inside, So let it all happen. Whatever needs to happen, let it happen. Because He's taking care of everything. I'm not doing it. He's doing it.
I don't know whether I have words to express, but I have been to Arunachala before, but the energy with Sanjay ji and all the other sadhaks was truly amazing. It was life-changing. It was each and every sadhak was so attuned with whatever we were trying to go and achieve there. That collective energy was so potent. It could be felt. It could be, we were basking in it. And I still haven't got over the trip because I keep recollecting the amazing time. And only one thought I have is, I wish it was for longer time. I wish it was for longer. It just went away like a blink of an eyelid.
I don't really want to leave. I love it. I love this place. Meeting everyone. You know, I knew people before, but it seems like the connections really grew. And yeah, walking around the mountain, I was just kind of going with whatever flow kind of felt like internally. And I was with the group for a while, and then kind of was by myself for a little while. But then some of the people, we kind of aligned and found each other again, acts like without any intention or anything like that. So that was very cool.
The trip was amazing. I can say that I would not have done it if it would not have been Sanjay ji arranged this trip, and everybody in the trip, all the members were so nice, so beautiful. I have lifetime experience of this trip. Now I think if I will get one more chance, I am happy. But if not, then also I will be happy. I will stay in those memories always. Thank you.
I live in UK, but I'm local from Tamil Nadu, and I've always wanted to come to Tiruvannamalai in the last 10 years. This is the first trip to Tiruvannamalai and see Bhagavan. I think it's all God's grace that I felt that Bhagavan in the form of Dr. Sanjay Raghav just pulled me out for this for this 1 week and showed his home all around with great enthusiasm, and I now know why I haven't been here before. I wish everyone in this lifetime, anywhere in the world, should pay at least one visit, if possible, to Tiruvannamalai and feel the experience of Arunachala Hill, Ramana Ashram, and his teachings. Arunachala Ramanaya, thank you.
It was an amazing experience, and when I was sitting in front of the photos where Bhagwan got realized, I felt like Bhagwan was telling me, be silent, be quiet, and that was the message that stuck with me. And also while returning, Sanjayji told me, Arunachala is the answer. Be still, and then be happy with Arunachala. And now I really found that Arunachala is the answer, and my longing and desire to travel, go around, has kind of stopped now. I feel like I don't need to go anywhere. Just just stay still and have Arunachala in the heart, and that's all I need. Yeah, I'm really grateful, and thank you to all for this amazing experience.
It was a very interesting experience, very enjoyable. At times it was quite challenging too. We started off really well, I suppose, with a good level of luxury at Heritage Madurai, and then I think the moments of truth started to present, way back into Tiruvannamalai. It was very challenging, but then I think at some point it dawned it is a test, and I think that was the most profound inward journey I've had. The trip to Skandashram, and I can't pronounce the name of the cave, Virupaksha cave. I think if there is one way to explain the significance of silence without words, you just have to point somebody and go ask them to spend a few moments in the cave. There is so much you can communicate in silence. That is what.
Like I have been in, like I was slipping into mind before this. I used to bring it to the stillness every now and then, but after that, like I'm into total stillness, absolute stillness. I'm enjoying every moment of this, every moment, each and every bit of moment. The life is so beautiful, like I'm able to enjoy everything. Everything in the sense when people shout at me, or like that's a quarrel between people, and I'm kind of witnessing everything. And one more thing, like my body has become very light. That's a very strange
All
feeling.
the weight is of ego. That's what I always tell. All the weight is of the ego. Ego gone, you become like nothing. You become empty.
Yeah, that's something I can say, but otherwise things are which definitely cannot be expressed. Very often tears are flowing, and I'm like enjoying all the mantras, chants, and everything. It's like the mantra chants are addressed to myself or the self in me. So it's a beautiful experience. Now I would like to say everyone only one thing: you have to surrender yourself to the Guru. So for us, Dr. Sanjay is in the form of Guru, Arunachala or Ramana. The self is same in everyone. Out of feeling, I am saying this. So for us, we have our Guru. Please hold to him dear. He will take you to your destination. Thank you.
Thank you, Venkatesh. And what happened to you? It was the grace coming from your own self, which did this all transformation. And nothing was planned, as we are saying. So the grace coming to you, that infinite grace coming to you, was also just came.
Yeah.
It was Arunachala who arranged it.
I have no words to express my gratitude. I mean, I fought my way into coming into this trip, and I feel it's all Bhagwan's grace. I'm so much more relaxed and happy. If I just feel so much of lightness from inside, as if all my anxiety, my fears have been completely sucked in. So that's what it is. So I feel so blessed that no matter what, we're already there. The grace is always with us. And I'm carrying that. And I'm just looking forward, to just go again and again and again. But like my other participants and people said just now, that Arunachala and Ramana is already with you everywhere.
For me, the experience was it was just so recent, but looking back on it, it feels like it happened, but it didn't happen. It was just magical, and there was so much, so full, so many things. I can't recollect everything, but I do recall weeping a lot, and that's not how I usually am, but I think I went into this trip hoping that it would help grow my love for Bhagwan, and I think it did. That is exactly what happened. That feels like I was able to make a stronger connection, but I also feel that happened because of everybody else that was there, and just all the energy and all the love coming from everybody was just so real, just so tangible, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sanjay.
Oh, it's an amazing grace. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, everyone. I can't tell you how I felt. I'm carrying Arunachala still with me. It's there. It's always there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the trip. I have enjoyed it very much. It was a really good idea to go in the steps of Ramana, because it was hard to forget. Every single second, it was, I felt I could have Ramana in my heart all the time through the trip. It was all the time I was thinking, this is where he went, this is where he lived, this is the culture he grew up in. So it was very, very good to understand also where he come from. And it was a beautiful silence all through to immerse in and just enjoy it. And It was beautiful. And lots of things was happening. It was so many things we did, but I could still feel the silence. I could still feel it was still very, very peaceful and beautiful. And I want to show you what I bought near Virupaksha. There is a statue of Ramana. I don't know whether you can see.
Yeah, very nice.
Before saying experience, I want to thank everyone who are with us, and everyone was in a total bliss, I felt. And the trip was so nicely organized. And most of the time, the bliss was in and out on our travel. So when we did the Girivalam by Bhagavan's divine grace in the rain, honestly, I sucked into Annamalaya. That was with me with the whole Girivalam, and it was traveled till now, and it busted out at Adi Annamalai. Actually, I don't want to come out from there. Somehow people pulled me out. Everyone, due to the I can't say anything about that. Actually, I want to be there for a long, and our trip was so short. Still can't say mind or bliss or whatever it is. Still, I am there. Next time we need to plan bit more longer, and we need to get bit more time to get into everything. Felt that bliss was very high and the trip was very short.
Actually, I have been many times to Arunachala, and every time I feel very peace. But this time it was a unique experience I got. In what way that Sanjayji, your energy is too strong and powerful that really connected me with Arunachala so easily. I could not forget that energy and that connection that really every time it pulls me there. We were there, and the second day I took a rickshaw. I went all alone by myself in the afternoon, and I sat there in front of Arunachala. It was amazing experience. And when I came back here in my original Bombay house, I become very, very quiet and peaceful because acceptance is everything. And with your energy is amazing. Thank you so much, Sanjayji. Thank you.
It is all Arunachala, when our intention is to abide in self and we all stay together in a satsang. And with grace of Bhagavan, then that Arunachala Shiva manifest in all of us. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you.
On this holy occasion of the Advent day of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, it is a blessing to be able to speak on one of the greatest luminaries, the greatest sages, the greatest saints of the 21st century. And the light that he has shed upon the path to self. The Advent day was the day when Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi arrived at Arunachala, at the foothills of Arunachala in Tiruvannamalai. And he was drawn to that place. What a blessed day. When we speak about the Advent day, one has to understand that that was the commencement of the blessings that he endowed on people, on disciples, on devotees, on aspirants for 40 years, and continues to do so right now too, and will continue to do so. Because as he said, where am I going to go? And when Ramana Maharshi is thought about, the name comes on the lips of aspirants. He's seen as the light that shone the path in spirituality towards self. Because he was the Viveka Chudamani, the pinnacle. So Viveka Chudamani, the crest jewel of discrimination, the crest jewel of discernment. Adi Guru Shankaracharya had written that the text on the crest jewel of discrimination, Vivek Chudamani, where he talks about the Chatushtayas, Sadhana Chatushtayas. Vivek, Vairagya, Shad Sampatti, and Mumukshatva, which is the sum total of spiritual practices. And Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was the epitome, the pinnacle of all these. His every act used to be with Vivek, with discernment. Vairagya, he was established completely in detachment. There was no I there. Shad Sampattis, all the 6 Shad Ripus were gone. And a tremendous amount of Mumukshatva, which was, Mumukshatva is the intense aspiration, intense longing. That actually culminated in complete absorption as self. The realization came about at one stage. Self-realization. I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect. I am that all pure Parabrahma Tattva. I am self. Then he abided in that and then completely absorbed as the ever-present, ever-existent reality, pure awareness as self. So, he was the epitome of Bhakti Marg as well as the pinnacle of Jnana Marg. The path of love and the path of inquiry, path of knowledge. He was already established in Karma Yoga, already the Raj Yoga pathways, the eightfold path, were already assimilated in him. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, all part of his. Transcended all this and established in that Samadhi, Sahaj Samadhi. Because bhakti without jnana is not complete. Whereas jnana marga, knowledge without love, cosmic love, is dry. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi reveled in cosmic love, at the same time was immersed, absorbed in the bliss of wisdom. He saw no other. And then bhakti and jnana merge to be in bliss. That is what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was, and his entire life, from the day he arrived at the foothills of Arunachala in Tiruvannamalai until the body dropped away, functioning was as self. And that is why he said, when devotees asked Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, why are you leaving us? So he said, where am I going to go? I am here and now. I always will be. This body can drop away. Where is there to go? And devotees can experience and sit down and meditate upon that truth and get established in self-inquiry. Traverse the same path as Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, because he said on many occasions that there is no other. You already are what you are seeking. There is nothing to gain, nothing to attain. Only the notion, false notions have to be dropped away. And all the work that is to happen, all the sadhana that is to be done, is not to gain anything, but to remove what is not required. And that is the love and the beauty with which he expressed himself. But Bhagavan's main teaching was only and only silence. Many a time it is said that his main path was self-inquiry. Yes, he did say many a time inquiry is important, but that inquiry has to be done in silence. His teachings were always in silence. That was the strength, because through silence the expression used to come through and queries used to just go away. Questions were never answered. Questions did not remain. False notions that were harbored in the aspirant's mind used to drop away just by that look in silence. We have been blessed to have come into the Sannidhi, come into the ambience of one of the greatest saints that ever lived. In that body, which remained at Arunachala, at the foothills of Arunachala hill in Tiruvannamalai. We've all been blessed. Let us use this occasion to inquire into the very depths of our consciousness as to where from does this false notion that I am this body, I am this mind, I am this intellect arise. Where from? It is a false notion, but that notion appears, as it were, let us all work towards this and use this occasion to go and traverse through that path of self-realization, abidance in the self, and absorption in self. Let us all be established with the grace of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi and the blessings of all the saints and sages and Bhagavan Krishna on this most holy occasion of Krishna Janmashtami and Arunachala, Arunachaleshwara. Let us all pray that we are blessed to be established in that purity of self. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.